Sabio will be. What further changes to effect? Of course, he will want to have a look at CS Sabit, the youngster, as well at some stage, and perhaps that could be the cue for letting Baichung perhaps come off the pitch. That is in case he wants to. Certainly looks like he can go on for a few more minutes. Schweinsteiger. This is an impressive run from Usami, putting a lot of pressure on the Indian defenders. Got a good bit of work from Govind Singh as well, just doing enough to keep that ball away from harm's way. And also timing his tackle to perfection in order not to concede a corner. About 20 minutes of regulation time left now in this match. No goals in the second half. All 4 goals for Bayern Munich coming in the first. 2 of them from Thomas Müller and 1 apiece from Mario Gomez and Bastian Schweinsteiger. Out of all of those names mentioned, only Schweinsteiger remains on the pitch, so he can add to that tally. But otherwise, it's pretty much a run-in for some of their less experienced and less utilized hands, getting some playing time under their feet, which is always important at any level. Bayern Munich, of course, looking at a pretty grueling schedule starting at the end of this month when they resume their Bundesliga duties. Go on to Ribery. Has had a long association now with Bayern Munich since 2007. 38-year-old has been a talismanic presence not just in this Bayern side but also with the French national team. Started with his performance at the 2006 FIFA World Cup and surely will be quite critical to their chances at this summer's European Championships as well. Back with Frank Ribery. Lobbing this one up, a useful ball. Usami, but not a useful enough cross back in. Ralte will clear the lines for the Indians. Picked up by Baichung, looking for this ball back. Just for a glimpse there, we saw a little bit of Baichung of olden days, but unfortunately it wasn't a very good pass. Perhaps with a little bit more accuracy that could have been an easier run for him to make, but this is what identified him from other players. In conjunction, especially with the likes of I.M. Vijayan in the national team and in later years with Sunil Chhetri, the tremendous telepathy that they seem to have. Frank Ribery slipping this one through. Usami yet again just slipping up and making it easy for Gauramangi Singh to effect the clearance. Sent tumbling down by Brino. Coming in and tapping him from behind, which was always going to be a foul. Baichung with possession yet again. This is a chance, it's in through the box. Jewel Raja was closest to it, and it has been given as a corner. So a chance once again for the Indians to build on some pressure and get something positive. Second corner for the Indians, and this time they'll be hoping for a better delivery. Last time around, Ralte was guilty of handing possession straight back to the Germans. This time around he goes for a variation, goes with Baichung. Still with Indian possession, will go out for a throw-in this time around. Can they make this count though? Coming up to the last quarter of an hour mark. Much more gutsy effort from the Indians in the second half. Not conceded as yet, and this time the cross coming in. Not so sure if he meant it as a shot, but it almost turned out to be a pretty useful one. Neuer had to be quite alert, but the ball had actually gone across the line, and indeed it didn't even touch his gloves in the end. Almost provided a Haji moment for those of you who remember the Romanians' goal from the 1994 World Cup. Baichung Bhutia at the center of things yet again, looking to set something up for his strike partner JJ. Fighting, scrapping for everything, just like he has been doing for the last 17 years. Long ball yet again attempted for JJ. A shot comes in from Ralte as well, but it comes off one of the defenders, and a follow-up. Just not good enough in the end. It was Sheikh Jewel Raja who got the final shot going. Nirmal Chetri with the initial pass. JJ with a chance. Ralte with the shot coming off JJ in fact. And then the follow-up just not close enough from Sheikh Jewel Raja. But the Indians certainly showing a lot more intent in the last few minutes, especially with the slew of changes that they've made. All the substitutions coming to the party and looking to join in and put in a little bit of effort into establishing a little bit of pride into the scoreline. Baldeep Singh. This is JJ once again. JJ Lalpeklua. What a story it has been for the youngster from Mizoram. College taking it past Gauramangi Singh, but cannot beat the entire Indian defence. This is Bastian Schweinsteiger. Throw on to Alaba. And that challenge coming in from Ralte, a rather reckless one, especially considering there's already been a yellow card for Baldeep for a similar one. Indians just need to be a little bit careful about the kind of challenges that they come up with. More than anything else, they must be wary of not injuring some of their opponents here today. And speaking of injuries, Bastian Schweinsteiger just seems to have hurt himself a little bit. I don't know if it was a challenge or perhaps the surface. Lots of concern coming in from the Indians. Baichung in there, as Ralte as well as Climax Lawrence. I think it might just have been the landing there more than anything else. Oh, sliding through him there. Ralte just going in pretty hard with that challenge, but fortunately doesn't look like it's anything too serious. So Schweinsteiger all right. The only big name significantly who stayed on the pitch throughout these 78 minutes thus far in this match for Bayern Munich, barring of course their goalkeeper Manuel Neuer. Bayern Munich showing exactly why in the current Bundesliga they have more goals than anybody else. They have scored, they have had more points than anybody else, and they've conceded fewer goals than anybody else in the entire field. And it's been that kind of a performance this evening. Quite flawless, and at times they've been literally toying with the Indian defence. Both Indian goalkeepers, Karanjit Singh and Shubhashish Raychaudhuri, giving a reasonably good account of themselves. A few good saves, particularly for Shubhashish in the second half. and yet to concede after as many as 34 minutes. Diego Contento through here for Ivica Olic. Good job of persisting with him, the Indian defense, and eventually going out for a goal kick, which will be the responsibility of Shubhashish, one would imagine. It's been a good evening of football at the Audi Football Summit here at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. We expected it to be a feast of football. It has exactly turned out to be that. Savio Madera would have been under no illusions about the chances of his Indian team against Bayern Munich. Indeed, I believe his exact words were that there is no comparing India and Bayern Munich. But he'll be quite happy with the spirit shown by his boys, particularly in the second half. After having gone down 4-0, it would have been quite easy for them to have just laid down their arms, but it's been a lot more positive in the second half, fighting away. Olic. Usami looking to find Ribery. Long range attempt, but straight at Shubhashish. No problems at all. The first chance in a long time which has fallen for any of the Bayern Munich players. This time around it was Daniel Kranjic. But one thing's for sure, this man has had a good second half. This wasn't the toughest of the saves, but he's effected 2 excellent saves in this match. 10 shots on target as against none against for the Indians. That just underlines the supremacy of the midfields, in my opinion. Bayern Munich certainly keeping possession much better, keeping their passes going. Now this could be an opportunity. Sheikh Jewel Raja goes in with a shot. It's the first attempt on goal, if one can call it that, but it was rather hopeful in the end.